Hi everyone. I haven't made a video in a little while because I haven't been able to get the confidence to film myself and speak. Um, yeah, feeling kind of just not good about myself. I don't know how to put it into words. Just very unaccepting of myself. So I thought what I could do instead, because I do want to make videos still. It's just a bit challenging. But maybe that lets me know that I should persevere. I thought today what I would do is make a video just showing some of my belongings that I've chosen to keep, because recently I've been trying to get rid of as much stuff as possible from my home because I'm hoping to move into a new place. So after getting rid of a lot, I'm going to show you. I have a box by my side and I'm going to show you some of the things I'm going to keep. This is a little palette. This belonged to my Uncle Vincent. He was a great artist. He was my dad's brother. And he loved to paint in oil, watercolour. He was very talented. He also played guitar. When I was younger, I was very, very shy. I always greatly admired my uncle, but I never really spoke to him because I didn't really used to speak to anyone. But I really looked up to him. He would sleep during the day and then be awake during the night. He lived at my granddad's house, and we were quite often at my granddad's house. So I didn't see a lot of him because he was asleep during the day. I remember once when he was out, just peeking my head around the door to have a look in his bedroom, and it was just bare floorboards, wooden floorboards, and a mattress, and some hand-rolled cigarettes on the floor, tobacco, and that was it, just this spare little room with a mattress. And I find it funny because if I just show you around my room, I have my bed. Well, I also have bedside tables, but other than that, I love for it to be plain. I felt like maybe my uncle and I were similar. They didn't have diagnoses, or I don't think even talked about autism back then, but I think that he was on the spectrum. And yeah, he died. He died when I was pregnant with my son Patrick. So that was around 11 years ago now. He was quite young. He was only 50. It was very sudden. He was out in the garden at the home he lived with his wife, and he kept fish there. A lot of, I don't know what kind of fish, goldfish, in the garden, in the pond he'd built, and he just fell. He had a heart attack and just, yeah, that was his life over. Sorry if I talk about it in a weird way. I'm not very good with talking. Then there was a funeral at his house, he and his wife's house, and she gave me some of his art things, and I'm really grateful for that. And this was one of them. And I have used this a tiny bit, but most of the use, and you can see it's well used, was by him, by my Uncle Vincent. And I can even, if I just reach into the box, and I can show you just a little sketchbook of his that he would have. Oh, sorry, I'm not doing this very well one-handed. Sorry, 1 second. Yeah, I'm still filming. So he lived in Slough. That's where I grew up. And he would take a sketchbook and pencil out with him. And this is a view over Windsor. There's the Thames, and in the distance, Windsor Castle. And it's funny. I mean, I didn't get given this until I was in my early 20s. So I didn't realise that he did this, but it's funny because when I was younger, I used to walk around these areas. I used to do graffiti, and there were some arches that people painted. Arches under the road. Yeah, people used to paint there, and that was out in these fields. So it's funny that at different times, people from the same family, artists, were out wandering the same places. I don't know where this one is. This one I don't think is around that area, Slough, Windsor. But yeah, very beautiful. I'm glad to have this. I'll just show you through. There's not very many pictures in here. Here's a lovely watercolour. So perhaps this was the palette that he used to paint. So yeah, really happy to have this. Windsor Castle. I actually, yesterday, for the first time, I had a psychic reading. For Christmas, I booked myself to speak to the woman. I just found her through Google. And I'd been so excited. I waited a couple of weeks for the appointment. We spoke on the phone. It was an hour. But it didn't go how I hoped it would. I don't know if I believe that. I don't know. I don't mean to be rude in any way, but my instinct didn't feel like she could really tell things. I felt like more she was just saying back to me what I was saying. and nobody, from non-physical was there with any kind of message, which was really what I booked it for. I really like the idea of that because in real life it's quite lonely, and so I like the idea of getting a bit of support, just some little message that could, bring me some comfort from maybe a loved one who had passed away, but no, nothing like that. So it was quite... I was left disappointed, feeling I couldn't help it. I know that nothing is assured in these things, but I think it just really built my hopes up. Anyway, it's fine. So I'll show you some other things. I won't make this video too long. This is Michael Graves. In 2019, in January, I went to see him play in my town, and it was a great gig. It was one of my all-time favourite gigs. I really enjoyed it. The music, the way he was speaking to the audience, I just really felt a lot of love there that evening. And then after, he said anyone who wants to meet him, to say hi, to just come to the merch stand. And I did. While I was waiting, I saw this at the merch stand, and I loved it. It was the last one they had left from the ones they'd made for their European tour. I think it's so cool. And yeah, I met Michael Graves. He was lovely, and he signed this for me. It was a really, really nice night. I'm glad I went. He glows in the dark. Just this, his face has been painted with glow-in-the-dark paint. So there's him. I'll keep him. Sometimes over the years I've thought, should I put this on eBay? And because I'm always liking to just minimalize, get rid of as much as I can, but I like this, so I ended up taking it down and keeping it. What else? Sorry, I probably should have prepared this. Oh, these are quite cool. This is probably the thing that I've had the longest in my life. I got this when I was 18. When I was 18, I used to get the train into London a lot. I had a job in the town where I lived, and so I had some money, and I always felt so restless, so it was kind of crazy. Even if I had a shift later on in the day, in the morning I would just get the train into Paddington, just get on the underground and just ride the trains and go visit different places. I loved going to the V&A. That's where I got this. This was in the gift shop of the V&A. Oh, I'll just put that down to open it. It's just these cute little photo corners. I never even used any. Just kept them all these years because I loved the packaging. I love old looking things. And now it's even older. When I bought it, the tin itself was really new looking, other than the old themed sticker on it. But now, over these years, it's gone quite old looking. That is the thing I've kept the longest. I mean, I also have a couple of books from that time. when I was 18. But yeah, that's the oldest thing. Oh, maybe photos. Yeah, I have some older photos, like baby pictures. But yeah, I loved my trips to London on the train. That was probably one of my happiest times, really, being 18 and going to London. I was doing graffiti then, so I would buy some spray paint and go into London to paint a bit. It was good. It was good times. Okay, so I think I'm just going to leave it there because I don't want to bore you guys. It's just random stuff. There's an angel. Oops. The angel from the Christmas tree. At least I made a video. Some crystals that I love. Yeah, stuff. Kind of keeps me company. I know it's not the best. Have a bunch of, well, not so many, but yeah, some art supplies which I really want to use because I feel like that would be good for me because art is the thing that I've always loved in my life. So I'm trying to make some more art now, but I feel like I have a lot of blocks to that. It's kind of similar to how I have blocks to everything. Art is just another one. In my life, I feel a little bit like I'm standing on a mat that has glue on it. My feet are glued. Like I can't go anywhere. But it's not just physically. It's like the glue is all stuck in me. Quite frustrating, but it's frustrating because I know that no one can fix it for me. I know that I'm the only one who can fix it. And I don't know how because I think I'm too full of fear. But maybe I will prove myself wrong. Even making this video. Like, I want to do little things that dislodge it. Maybe that will work. Anyway, okay, the video is long, so I'm going to end it. I don't know if anyone will listen to this, but thank you if you have. And I just want you to know I care about you, and yeah, just know that you're doing well. Whether you know that or you don't know that, you are doing well. And remember that things are always changing. And just try and have fun with things where you can, even if it's just a smaller percentage of the time that you can access that fun. You know, that happy feeling, doing something spontaneous, just that brings you joy. Do that where you can. Those little snippets will come. Anyway, okay, bye.